What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. In this video, what I want to talk about is understanding the settlement process and what to expect come tomorrow. All right. Now, we're going to have an audio only listening into the settlement hearing. All right. That is a benefit and a pleasure that the judge has extended to the shareholders of AMC. So, if you're lucky to win the lottery and get on that call, because there's only going to be 5,000 seats, then you can thank the judge for allowing you to be there to hear. Because if you don't make it, and like if I don't make it, then we'll have to wait till somebody that comes out of the hearing tells us what's going on. Now, Mr. Donahue said he's going to be there, all right? And that's going to be very important by the time I get to this end of this video. And Mr. Tuttle is going to be there. And I'm going to discuss both of them and my phone call to them later today about what's going on. All right. So, because here's the thing, people. I'm getting a lot of emails and I'm getting a lot of messages from people who are expressing to me that I don't understand this settlement. All right. Because I'm saying, we'll get to that. Let's go number one. Let's understand the process. AMC and Allegheny come to a settlement agreement. All right. They have got together. They have said, okay, we will give you this because of this and so forth. We understand it to be 7 for one share of AMC after the reverse stock split. I'm going to show that to you in just a moment. But they went into these talks, and out of these talks came this settlement. All right. Now, step 2 in the process is that AMC and Allegheny notify the judge and the shareholders of the settlement agreement. All right. And that's where we get our understanding of what the settlement is. All right. If you own 7.5 shares of AMC after the reverse stock split, then you will receive 1 AMC. There's a problem there, though. When you do the reverse stock split, it's in the paperwork that you can't switch over into half shares. So you'll never have 7.5. You're either going to have 7 or you're going to lose, or you're going to have 8. But you can't have 7.5 after the reverse stock split because they're not accepting fraction shares. So that's number 1 right there. But number 2 of that is that they have to notify the judge of this settlement, and then the judge has a hearing, which is going to be number 3. The hearing is set for April 25th, 2023. But now let's go back to number 2. That for this to happen, for her to set the settlement date, they have to have notified the judge, which they did now, and the shareholders. And now people are getting it twisted, thinking that when at the hearing here on April 25th, AMC is supposed to be able to notify the shareholders that the settlement is this. And that is incorrect, people. And that's how I already know that come tomorrow, I know what AMC is going to say right here in step number 4, what you can expect them to say. Well, if you go back, they have to notify shareholders and the judge that a settlement has been reached. And we have learned through Tony DeNaro's, I'm going to say it, Tony DeNaro's live stream, all right, by Chance the Lawyer on his show, that they have to notify the shareholders 99.9% of the time is through an 8K filing, she said. All right. So now we understand that AMC has to notify its shareholders. But when is the point? They already did, people. If you go right here to AMC's webpage, all right, and you go to the SEC filings, you'll see down here, is it 438K current report filing, 8K on 4/3/2023. And it says, on April 2nd, 2023, AMC Entertainment Holdings entered into a binding settlement term sheet with the named plaintiffs in the case of AMC Entertainment stockholding litigation to settle the shareholders' litigation. The settlement term sheet provides that the plaintiffs and the company will jointly request that the status quo order in the above referenced case be lifted. All right? So, they're saying right here that they have entered into an agreement and is pending on the judge, and the company will jointly ask with Allegheny to lift the status quo so that the settlement can go through. And if the status quo is lifted, the company expects to file the amended third restated certificate of incorporation, which previously approved, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know what we're supposed to have approved, a 10-for-1 reverse stock split and a conversion. It's right here in this paragraph. And then under it is the settlement payment in Class A common stock. And he explains in this 8K form filing that he filed April 3rd, all right, that he would give 1.5 shares for every 1 share. It's right here. He's notified shareholders through this 8K form April 3rd. All right. So for people who are waiting on AMC to have to be able to notify us, they already have. And then they also filed an amendment to it right here on 4/6, and this is it. And it's right here. All right, and all it says in this 8K form to shareholders through the SEC is that the above disclosed April 2nd, AMC Entertainment entered into a binding agreement. They already know what it is and so forth. You can look back on the paperwork. The company is continuing to evaluating the steps. So see, they are continuously updating shareholders on the settlement and where it's at with the judge. Now, real quick, I want to interject something here. As I got to this part in the editing, I realized I wanted to share this with you also. Is that on 4/17, AMC responded to Mr. Tuttle's motion to intervene and Mr. Frank O'Connell's motion to intervene. All right. And basically what their opposition was how could Tuttle have the ability to intervene into a settlement that he hasn't even heard yet. All right. And that's where I disagree, and I believe the judge will agree too, is that yes, Mr. Tuttle knew about it because you filed the 8K form that notified shareholders. That's where he can now intervene. See, they're saying that it's not necessarily a problem that Mr. Tuttle intervened. He's just trying to intervene before they even know what the settlement is. And that's incorrect because they've been told us what the settlement was. All right, back to the video I was recording. Now, what can we expect tomorrow? Well, we know AMC's in a hurry to get this done. People in my Discord think they figured out that AMC knows they got to have this done by May 15th, no later than that. All right, now I don't want to get into the reasons why they feel that way, but I'm watching the argument and it looks good. But the point is this, AMC is in a hurry to get this done. So, when we go to the hearing and AMC lays out the plan and the judge gets ready to set a date in the future to hear objections, I would anticipate AMC to say that they don't need to set a date into the future, that she can go ahead and rule right then on lifting the status quo because they contacted shareholders on April 2nd concerning this suit, which is again why I feel Tuttle's motion to intervene is relevant. But that's what I would do if I was AMC. I'm in a hurry to get this done. Look, Judge, we notified them in April 2nd. We notified them what the deal was. Now, all we need you to do is lift the status quo so we can go ahead and do it. Then it's going to be encompassed upon her to make a decision on that argument. Okay? That's what I anticipate happening. Now, I hope I'm there to hear it when it goes down, but that's what I'm anticipating AMC to do. I'm anticipating AMC is in a hurry to get this done. They're going to tell the judge they've already notified us. We've had an opportunity to object, and she can go ahead and make her ruling within the next couple of days. So we'll see where that goes. But I believe she's going to give us at least 3 weeks in order to send in opposition to this settlement that we will be listening to come Tuesday. I believe she'll give us 3 weeks. In fact, I go back to the beginning of the video when I talked about Mr. Donahue and Mr. Tuttle, is I got to reach out to them. They're supposed to be there. And if this is AMC's tactic, if they want to say that they can go ahead and move now with the settlement and the status quo could be lifted because they've already notified shareholders 3 weeks ago concerning this, then I'm going to tell Mr. Tuttle and Mr. Donahue what their response should be back if they get an opportunity to speak in that courtroom, because that's bullshit. And I'll explain in another video. I just can't do it now in public. I only want to share it with the 2 people that say they're going to be in that courtroom, so that if it goes down like I just explained to y'all, we will be ready and we'll have soldiers in that courtroom. Love y'all. Be blessed. See you in the next video.